Hello, and welcome to another video. So, for today, we are doing a 24-hour stopwatch readathon. So, I usually do the stopwatch just because 24 hours for me is not 24 hours. I need my sleep. I have at least like 8 hours sleep a night just to feel, rested and nothing. I don't care about anything else rather than sleep. I need my sleep. That's the first priority for me, and it's just non-negotiable. So we are doing the stopwatch, just 24 hours to read whatever I need to. So I have a few. I hope to be able to finish this before the month is over. So the month is over on Friday, so I hope to be able to finish this before Friday, which should be doable because it usually is around 3 or 4 days. Really depends on how much I'm reading. Let's call the weather also has an impact on how much I am actually reading. So today it's quite a warm day, so I might not read that much. But then we get a few cooler days, which should be, then I will probably read a little more. So let's talk about the TBR, like what do I need to finish? So I'm going to work on my goals, like the books that I have written down for goals. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, so the first one is the GoodReads winner. Haven't read that yet. That is Stamped, which I think it's a non-fiction of some kind, maybe. So that's what we are going to try. I think it's an audiobook, so it shouldn't take me too long. Then we have Above Ground, which is a poetry book. I think I might just read a little every day. Just because not all poetries are... I don't love reading a lot of poetry, so... Then for the thriller or horror, I have Sometimes I Lie. That also shouldn't take me too long. It's an audiobook. So let's just see how I get along with that, just because we all know that I am... let's face it. Thrillers and me, we have a complicated relationship. I always say that. It's really complicated, where I feel like my tastes are like really like small. Like the things that I like in thrillers are small. So yeah. Then we have the POC. And for this one, at least if I am able to actually get to this, that's a big if. If not, I do have something else that might fit. So yeah. Girls of Paper and Fire. This will be a reread. I am trying to get through this series. It is almost 400 pages, so yeah, I don't really know. Hopefully I will be able to get this so I can get to the rest of the series that I own right now. So, and then we have for Diversity. That is also a BIPOC book. That is Dear Justice. That is the second one in this. The first one was Dear Martin. So we are going to read the next one in that series. I think might be the last one. Might just get some more, but I don't really know. And then we have the Jennifer L. Armentrout book. We are going to finish it all off with Sentinel, which is the last book in the Covenant series, which... I mean, I'm trying to finish off series, which will be great to finish off. Then for the Beck McMaster book, we are on Mission Improper. I think this is a new series or something in those lines, you know. And then for I call it bookcast or a podcast, book podcast. I think I'm going with Barbarian Lover. I had a much bigger book, but I just cannot finish it. But Barbarian Lover is like probably an hour or two as an audiobook. And this is in a series, so I'm trying to finish off series, which even if it's not on my TBR, it doesn't really matter. And then for a reread, I have this, House of Earth and Blood. I have been not in the biggest reading mood lately. And I know what is going down in the last... I think I have like a third left. I am here. So I think I have like 1/3 left, like around that. I am on page 521. So, I mean, we don't have that much left, which this should be doable. Those are the 2 physical books that I have left. So, and then for owned, it can be anything that I own. It really depends. The plan was to read Into the Drowning Deep, but this is not as an audiobook, and this is over 500 pages. So I don't know if that is really doable, to be completely honest. I don't really know. If I find Into the Drowning Deep as an audiobook, I might do that as an audiobook as well. I know I had it as an audiobook like once, but I don't really know if it just is not there anymore. But to be honest, once I have finished off a lot of these, I'm hoping to be able to finish off these quite easily. But let's hope that is the case. But that was kind of my TBR. What I get to this vlog, I don't really know. But if anything is left after this video is done, I will just finish that off and then, yeah. So yeah, I hope you like this vlog, and I will talk later, you know. Okay, so I am now 6 hours and 46 minutes in, and I have finished 2 books. So the first one I finished was Sentinel, which is the 5th and final book in the Covenant series, and I don't really know what to explain about this series. It's about this girl who basically is this half-blood, goes to school, falls in love with a like whole blood, which is not legal, and it's gone a long way since then. So yeah, give 3 stars. Was fine. Didn't love it. So yeah. Then I read Mission Improper, and what to say about this? I don't really know. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm really bad at, knowing what books is about. So this is basically in like a spin-off by the London Steampunk, which I finished off last month. I don't really know what to tell about this. It's basically in this world where all these kind of mythical creatures live, and it was fine. I gave 3 stars. I don't really know what to say about it, what to tell you about it. It's, you are following different kind of people in every book, and basically it's like paranormal romance, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say about anything, kind of. But yeah, we are 6 hours in, so we are really doing really well. I hope to be able to finish more tomorrow. So I have mixed a few things around, just so I have less books to read physically. Just because I have to finish this. And it shouldn't be a problem. I just need to get to it and actually put some time down and actually read. So yeah. Other than that, I don't really know. So basically, I am going to bed now. We will continue on tomorrow and we'll just see. Okay, I am, let's take a look, like 12 hours and 34 minutes into this readathon, so we are halfway. So, I finished 2 books. So the first one was A Barbarian Lover, and this book is the 3rd book in the Icelandic Barbarian series, and I'm having so much fun with this series. Let's just say that. It's basically about this group of women who are captivated, taken captive by this one type of alien race, and basically something happens and they are just dropped off at this planet, and there you have a different type of aliens, and it's basically about these 2 species coming together, and it's, I give it 4 stars. It's just weird. Let's just say that it's not supposed to be, it's not supposed to make a really lot of sense. Let's just put it that way. So, the other book that I finished is Stamped, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. So this is, yeah, this is basically what it says. I feel like this is something that we kind of all can learn something from. So I'm not rating. I never rate non-fiction books, but overall, I have to say this was a good book to learn something from, you know. So I think that's it for today. I'm not going to read anything more. 2 books is really, really good. Halfway through, so we don't have that many books left, which is amazing. So I think tomorrow, I also have started Above Ground, which is my poetry book, and I'm reading like 10%, no, 20% every day. So I will finish that on Friday. So yeah, I don't really know what to start tomorrow, but we still have Sometimes I Lie, Bending the Rules and Dare Justice. That's kind of is the plan for basically what I'm going to read tomorrow. So really depends on how much I actually am going to get to. Yeah, I will update later. I am going to bed now. I'm super tired. Okay, so I am 15 hours and 43 minutes in, and I finished 1 book today. I finished Sometimes I Lie, which is basically about this woman who is in a coma. So she says 3 things that she's in a coma. Her husband don't love her anymore, and sometimes she lies. And I give this 3 stars. I didn't fully love it, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was really full of twists. I just felt like sometimes it got a little slow, and I didn't fully love it. So, yeah. But I also have to say that some of the twists were really good, and I kind of didn't see everything coming. So, that was great. I just don't think it's a new favorite one, because I just feel like a favorite thriller is when I don't want to put it down. So yeah, overall it was fine. So I have, how many books left? I don't have that many books left, you know. We're starting to get closer to the end. So let's just see. So we have, now I have 5. So we still have quite a lot to read. So I really need to see how many I am able to get to. Obviously, I don't need 1 of each goal, but it's what I'm, want. But it's not that bad if it doesn't happen. So, and I also got a book in the mail, Savor It. This is a brand new book. I rarely buy brand new books, but it's Sarah DeWitt. I have read Funny Feelings and Rootbound. Funny Feelings I really want to own, and I really love the Rootbound, so I'm hoping I will love this as well. And then we are going to read the co-op later on, so I can't wait to get to that one, but we will have to. I really need to read, and sometimes I just don't feel like it, but yeah, we need to do that. Okay, so we are 1 hour and 39 minutes in, and I finished yet another 2 books, so we still have quite a lot left with actually being able to finish this off. So the first book that I finished was Dear Justice, and this book is about this young man who basically, it starts with him being on trial for killing a cop. So I just feel like this is something that is not only, a book where you have a fictional character where you can, read. It's basically where you learn something as well. So 4 stars, really enjoyed it. So this is the kind of like sequel to Dear Martin. And yeah, these two books are so good. Yeah. So definitely recommend to get to this book. It's really good. And then the other book that I read was Bending the Rules. And this is basically about this woman who basically has this best friend who they're just best friends, and then he does something unforgivable and they basically are no longer friends and avoided each other for 7 years. And now she's back in town and he wants her back as a best friend. So I think I'm gonna give this 2.5 stars, and the reason is the most annoying trope is in here, and it's a trope that is definitely one of my least favorite ones, and that is miscommunication. Just because sometimes this trope, let's just say, if they have basically spoken about it, it would have been like done and over within a few hours, you know. And it's just annoying. It's annoying when the miscommunication and them not speaking to each other is basically, yeah, you don't understand it. So it was just kind of a little petty. And then also one thing she did that really annoyed me was basically when you are giving hints to men, and you get annoyed when they don't basically take the hint. And I'm just like, girl, men don't understand hints at all. Some men might do, but a lot of men, they won't understand when you give a hint. You need to tell them straight out. That is just simple as that. Just say what you want. And just don't circle each other. Actually talk. And they didn't. And it just, when people don't talk, it's just really annoying. And yes, I do understand that miscommunications, they do happen. However, usually you sit down and talk about it. You just not, I mean, if you live together with the person, if you are together with the person, you don't ignore the person for the rest of the life, you know. You need to talk about it. And I mean, 7 years, that's a long time to be a real petty. Okay, so I have finished 2 books and we are 24 hours in, so we are done. So it took a little bit longer than maybe I would have hoped, but I just haven't been in the most like physically reading mood, so it just ended up being a lot of audiobooks, and I cannot listen to too many audiobooks every day because then I just get way too tired. So I finished 2 books. So I was supposed to finish off this book. I haven't picked it up. I'm still on page 522, and yeah, so I didn't get to that, but I did listen to The Duke and I. So basically this is for my reread. It's a reread because I am preparing to continue on with this series. So The Duke and I are the first book in the Bridgerton series, which is really familiar if you have been on Netflix for the past 3 years maybe. So basically in this one we are following, oh wow, I just forgot her name. This is really bad. I need to check out what her name is again. So we have Daphne and Simon, and basically Daphne is a historical romance. So she's basically going to start dating and get married. Not dating, but courting. And basically get married. And basically something indecent, not indecent, but basically Simon and Daphne are kind of caught alone, and basically they now have to get married. So the thing is, Simon, he had a really rough childhood, so he don't want kids, and Daphne wants that like over anything. So that's kind of is a conflict between these two, and it is kind of a big problem. So there is like one scene in here that everyone was talking about when this book basically was announced. This adaptation was announced that it would happen. A lot of people were like, I hope they don't include that scene. They still have that scene. It's a little like toned down, but it's still a scene that is not great. But other than that, I am really enjoying this book. So I give it 4 stars. So that's kind of just because I feel like this would have been a 5-star if it's not for that scene. So the scene kind of pulls down a whole star, and definitely that's a trigger warning. You should check the trigger warnings for this book. And then after that I finished Above Ground, which is the poetry book for this month. And yeah, I liked it. I mean, I don't really know what to kind of say about this book. And I don't know what to say about poetry books, because I like them fine. It's probably like a 3.5, 4 stars. Just because overall I really did like it. It's not a favorite one, but overall I did like it. So I read quite a lot of books. So I don't even know how many did I watch, read. Let's just take 3 seconds to... So I finished The Rising Force, Sentinel, Mission Improper, Barbarian Lover, Sometimes I Lie, Dear Justice, Bending the Rules, The Duke and I, and Above Ground. So 9 books in 24 hours. That's really, really good. Now, let's face it, kind of all of them have been audiobooks. So I just don't feel like I would have, if I had a physical book, I would have read like less. And I think that is like one time I really want to do that, like only read physical books. However, then I just need some really, really good reading motivation and really, really want to, you know, physically read. But yeah, that's it for this video. I feel like it probably is a little boring because I have just been sitting here telling you all about it, but I've been up and about when I have read audiobooks, so I just don't know how I would have even filmed anything because I haven't been sitting. I mean, I've been kind of sitting down, but I've been doing other things. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye.